Paul traveled from Athens to the city of Corinth. There, he met a Jewish man named Aquila and his wife Priscilla. They were tent makers, as was Paul. So Paul stayed with them and worked with them. On the Sabbath days, Paul went to the synagogue to talk to the Jews and Greeks. He tried to persuade them to believe in Jesus. Some of the people believed, and the church grew in Corinth. Paul traveled with his friends Aquila and Priscilla from Corinth to Ephesus. Aquila and Priscilla stayed in Ephesus while Paul visited churches throughout Asia. Paul helped the believers in the cities grow stronger in their faith. While Paul was traveling, a Jew named Apollos came to Ephesus. Apollos knew the scriptures well. Apollos liked to tell people about Jesus, and what he taught was true. But he did not understand everything about Jesus, so Priscilla and Aquila took him to their home and explained more to him. Apollos traveled and taught others, using the scriptures to show that Jesus is the Messiah. Paul met with a group of people to eat the Lord's Supper. He talked to the group until midnight. As Paul spoke, a young man named Eutychus was sitting in the window. He listened to Paul talking and became very sleepy. When he fell asleep, he fell out the window 3 stories down to the ground. Eutychus was dead, but Paul went to his side and put his arms around him. And Eutychus came back to life. Paul continued talking until the morning. Then the believers took Eutychus home, and they were greatly comforted. Now Paul traveled back towards Ephesus. He decided not to stop in Ephesus, but he asked the leaders of the church there to meet him in a nearby city. Paul said to them, "I am obeying the Spirit and am going to sail to Jerusalem. I do not know what will happen to me there, but I know that trouble and jail wait for me. I do not care about my own life. The most important thing is that I finish the work Jesus gave me to do. I want to tell people the good news of God's grace." Paul and the church leaders prayed together, and they cried because they knew they might never see Paul again. Then they went with him to the ship to say goodbye. As Paul traveled on his 3rd missionary journey, he used every opportunity to tell people the good news about Jesus and to help the church. Paul was dedicated to Jesus, who called him to do the work of sharing the gospel.
What? You have my car for a week?
Yeah.
Can I have it back by tonight?
I know, bro, I know, but listen, dude. I did some modifications, and you will not believe.
What did you do to my car?
I didn't think it would work, but it does.
Ow! Wow!
I mean, it mostly works, but I'm just working out a few kinks.
Kinks? What kinks?
Okay. I'll show you. Come on. Okay. You might want to put your seatbelt on. Okay, here we go.
What are those buttons?
Nothing, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. Don't worry. It's great. Watch. You'll see. Don't worry. Okay, electroluminescence is functional.
Is this science?
Preparing time continuum boosters.
What?
Checking life support.
Life support? For what?
Okay, Bat. Prepare to go to the future.
What? No! The door's locked. What are you doing?
It's for your own safety.
I can't hear you. What? What is going on?
Your safety.
What?
Your safety.
What? What is this?
made Bat disappear into the future. I made a time machine. I cannot believe it. Okay, he's okay. Don't worry about it. He'll be back in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh man, that was a.
What are you doing in my vintage Subaru Outback?
First of all, this is my car and I bought it new, brand new, and it ain't vintage. What are you talking about? Huh?
Actually, you're both right.
What?
Whoa. Bat, this is currently your car.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
But in the future, it'll be this silver guy's car.
First of all, it's platinum, okay? I picked it up at Joe's Super Galactic store last week. Easy on the merch. It's brand new. Second of all, this is my vintage Subaru Outback, and I picked it up at a vintage car show last Tuesday, okay? Also, I picked up a jetpack and a hoverboard.
Well, this is my car now, so can you get out? Out!
Excuse me. Well, all right then. I'll get out of your hair.
Wait.
Yes?
Before we send you back to wherever you came from, we have a little show we do for the kids here. It's called the Catechism.
Catechism? Catechism?
Yes, it is.
My great-grammy used to teach me the catechism.
She did, huh?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Nice.
We've been doing that for the past 2 months.
2 months.
You want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, well, which one are you on?
The 25, 3?
23.
23.
25 or 23?
23. I just made up my mind. It's 23.
23. Oh, yeah, the 23rd catechism? I know that one. Silly me. Wait. Does it ask, why must the Savior be fully God? Is that the question?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Tell them.
I'm trying to think in the words of my great-grammy. Oh, yeah. He must be fully God so that his suffering and his obedience would be perfect and complete. And also, when God poured out his wrath on the Son. Am I on the right line?
Yeah.
And also, when God poured out his wrath on the Son for our sin, he wouldn't be destroyed by it, but he would live and defeat death. Is that true?
That's it.
Hey, man, dab me up. Come on.
My great-grandpa,
Come on.
what is a dab up?
It's like when you shake people's hand because you're bros now, you know?
This is how we shake hands in the galaxy. Hold out your arm. Just like that. Well, that's the catechism.
Yeah, that was good, right, Kurt?
Yeah,
that's
really
all right. That's all right.
How am I going to even get home?
Oh, it'll be fine. Don't
We'll be
worry about it.
fine.
We'll be good.
We'll
Hey,
be.
sometimes we end these shows with a song. Do you want to be a part of it?
I love songs. If you feel like that, I don't know.
You're from the future. How do you know this?
I'm a well-educated man, sir.
This is the past.
Ow. Hey,
Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got.
They want to see me. They want to see me. That's
all
right.
right, calm down, and boy, call the Galactic Forces. It was nice to meet you all.
There he goes. Gonna miss him.
E.T. go home.
I did it.
Yeah, with my car. I'm getting that back, right?
No.
Bro, that's a $24,000 car.
Hi, I'm Captain Buck Evans of the Exodus 10 space mission thingy, and I was asked by a local reputable news outlet to do some space coverage, talking about meteor showers coming in this weekend and some different things that I've done throughout my career. You know, honestly, I've always looked at Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and seen that they've had all this news coverage, and I really think I deserve it.
Woo! It is so good to be here. I bet you're excited to be here. I bet you're excited to see me, aren't you? You look like you're excited to see me. I love it.
He doesn't seem like the kind of newscaster they were talking to me about.
Look at that.
I was looking for Neil Brokaw or Ron Burgundy or someone like that.
Oh, stop it. Look at that. I'm hitting them in the funny bone and they just keep coming out.
So, I thought we'd do a little bit of in-depth conversation about you. I thought we'd look at the middle of your soul.
I thought we were going to talk about the meteor showers this weekend and my career.
I don't think you've showered in a while. All right. So, what I thought we'd do is just take a little look-see around the middle of your soul and see what's in there. Because I've heard there's nothing.
I have the heart of a warrior, sir, so I don't really know what you're talking about.
Talk more about that.
Exoskeleton? You ever heard of the guy? Big pig monster. There's some other people too. I can't quite remember. I've faced them. I've fought them. I've led the team. The junior astronauts were along with me.
When you come out on the bridge, that's the fancy word for the place where your chair sits.
Nope, we call it the poop deck.
Back to your bridge and poop. You're sitting there. What are some of the things that you like to say? Because I'm like the captain and I like to say things. I like to say, get your hands off my deck. You ever say that? You ever say that?
Well, sometimes when we're in intergalactic space, we hit turbulence from the third wave of the nanoscale galaxy of the gastric bypass, things like that. So generally what I like to do is I like to do mathematical theorems and talk to Matt, tell him to stay awake and...
It says here that you wrote a book. You know, the interesting thing about that is you don't look like a reader. Did you have one of those ghostwriters? Did a ghost...
I wrote...
Did a ghost write your book for you?
I gotta be honest. I had ZT3 work on it a little bit.
That's what I thought. I looked at this guy and said, this guy's never even read a comic book.
What's your name, by the way, sir?
My name's Bob.
Bobby.
Yes, nice to meet you. All my friends
So
call
Bobby.
me... All my friends call me Bobby. You can call me Bob.
Yeah, I don't think we're very close friends, Bob,
when you,
but
your mustache, it moves when you talk. Why is that?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Well, I must
This mustache is it's something that's been handed down through the family from generation to generation. My mom actually had one, and my grandma, and
Look at this guy.
but we don't talk about that. We try to stay out of family pictures.
I must ask you a question. All right? If you were gonna title your book that you didn't write, that a robot wrote for you, what would you title it?
I would title it The Journey of a Hero, through the days gone by long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Something like that, I mean, clearly.
That's a really long title. There's probably more words in your title than in the book.
You have to be kind of smart to read it, to be honest.
Is it like a picture book? Like, here's me. Here's me again. Here's some more of me. Because it seems like there's a lot about you in most things that you do. Is that true?
What are you talking about? I think that I'm one of the most generous, kind, loving, caring people that I've ever met. Generally, I'm caring toward myself, but, you know.
Would you like an M&M?
The chock full
allergic.
of protein. You allergic? A little salty that one was.
So allergies, you said you're allergic to the external shell of a peanut. Is there anything else you're allergic to?
Bees, penicillin, people named Bob Click.
Look at, I'm all around you. I don't see any hives.
They're on the inside.
Yeah, that sounds like a metaphor. That sounds like a metaphor to me. I've taken psychology, and my psychologist said that whenever you talk to somebody and says I have hives on the inside, it means that they lost a teddy bear at a very young age. That happened to you. Did Mr. Teddy leave you? Mr. Teddy Bear.
I knew it! I knew it! Thank you, Mr. Kabopoulos, my French teacher, who also was a
philosopher. Do you have a rash on the inside?
Well, I don't know.
Where do you put the Neosporin when that happens?
You drink it. I mean, you.
I don't think that's safe, kids. I wouldn't drink Neosporin.
No, you don't do that.
Captain Buck Evans may be an author, but he's not a doctor. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Scandalous!
I don't know what to say. This isn't this type of interview that I thought would be happening. Sorry, boys and girls.
Is it because it's a little bit too probing?
Yeah.
Is it because we're getting to the rash on the inside of your soul? Because that's what I like to do. I like to talk to people and find out what their rashes are. And I say, is it inside your soul? And they say, yes. And I say, the only person that can help you with that is Dr. Scholes and God.
Dr. Scholes is for your feet, actually.
He touched it. No, I actually interviewed him. He's a great guy.
A little heavy. A little heavy. That's why he had the thing with the shoes. Because his weight was massive and he would step on his shoes and everything would squish out because he's a big dude. But he's very sweet. He's like a big teddy bear on the inside. Kind of like Mr. Teddy.
It says that your hobbies include skateboarding, boring. Snowboarding, boring. Intergalactic travel, boring.
Boring?
I just did it. I went through a wormhole to get here. It was boring.
I saw my whole childhood flash in front of me.
Does your childhood flash in front of you often? 64, it says it here. In my research I have from my team, and they said 64. And I asked them what that was. I said, what's this 64 for? And they said that don't bring that up because Buck Evans gets very upset. 64. And I said, why would he get upset about 64? And they told me because that's just IQ. He doesn't like to talk about it.
64 is a good number. So you can divide it.
No,
32.
that's pretty much.
You divide it in half.
That's pretty much like
If you
one number.
multiply it, it's 124.
I think an armadillo is 63.
An armadillo.
Yeah, those big things with all the armor that walk around the Kennedy Space Center.
This has been a blast.
See what I did there? You're an astronaut. You like doing things that are black.
Since you're not a very successful astronaut, because what it says here is that you've only gotten one commendation, and that was for, I can't read the fine print, but it was for something. I'm not.
Saving the galaxy, beating exoskeleton,
pulling a lever, freezing a nation.
Freezing a nation?
Anyway.
I apologize for that.
Spoiler alert, kids.
What is the biggest thing that you would say this is what my biggest accomplishment is? If I could look back in my life and I could say I did that thing, what would your one thing be?
Well, I would say after years of saving the galaxy and leading my team extraordinarily well and almost becoming the president of an alien nation, I would say my biggest accomplishment was making it through an interview with Bob Click.
He is so sweet. Can you believe this guy? He is like...
You know what you're like?
You're like a big peanut covered in chocolate and hard nougat. Love him. Love him. Thank you so much, astronauts, for joining us.
And I wish I could say that it was super exciting, but it was a little boring. This guy's a little bit of a bore for being such a famous intergalactic star. So I'm just gonna have to climb back in the wormhole and go back to my office and see if I can find someone else that can get my ratings up, because I don't think this is gonna do much for my ratings.